For example 3, we actually sort of did some of this in the introduction, but I wanted to go through some more of it just to make sure that you're getting the hang of it because I know it can be very confusing. This says write the negation of each of the following statements. So we want to come up with a way of restating this so that we're saying that the exact opposite. So that if something is true, it would be false. If something was false, it would be true. So this first statement says this book has 500 pages. They mean the book has exactly 500 pages, or that it is equal to 500 pages. So to make that a completely false statement, we would have to say this book does not have 500 pages. Since it was written in words, we need to go ahead and write out our negation in words also. Now, when we have a statement that's written mathematically, then we can also do that mathematically. So this statement here says 3 times 5 is 15. We know that that's a statement, and that happens to be a true statement. So we want to make that a false statement. So we could rewrite it and say 3 times 5 does not equal 15. That would negate or make that sentence false. Okay, here we have one that says all dogs have 4 legs. So your key word here is all. That means every single one of them. But so let's assume that that's a true statement. We want to make that a false statement. You might be tempted to say no dogs have 4 legs, but that would be like the complete opposite, and we're not, even though we use the word opposite, we don't really mean the complete opposite. We just mean making it a false statement, or changing the truthness of it. So all dogs means every single one of them. So what would make that sentence false? If I could find just one example where that was not true, then that would make that a false statement. So I could say some dogs do not have 4 legs. That makes that a false statement. What about this one? This one says some rectangles are squares. Okay, so some of them. It's not talking about all of them, but some of them. Some rectangles are square. So at least one of them. What would make that false? If none of them were squares. So we could make that statement false by saying no rectangles are squares. Okay. Now here's another one that says not all rectangles are squares. Not all. Do you have any ideas on this one? What are you thinking? Not all rectangles are squares. So the opposite of that, or the negation of that, would be every single one of them. So all rectangles are squares. Very tricky, I understand that. So you have to practice on these because these are very, very tricky. This one may not be near as tricky now that you're sort of getting the hang of it. This one says no dogs have fleas. None of them. So what would I need to do to negate that sentence? I just have to find one example, right? So I could say some dogs have fleas.